Dear friends, thank you for watching and subscribing the YouTube channel La Mathematics. If you are not a subscriber, please touch this bell icon for up-to-date videos. Welcome you all to a new episode of second year higher secondary mathematics classes.
Chapter 5 Continuity and Differentiability. This chapter is a continuation of limits and derivatives of plus 1 chapter 13. This chapter is from calculus, which is invented by the famous scientist and mathematician Sir Isaac Newton and Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz in 17th century. The interesting fact is that Sir Isaac Newton was first introduced this, but some months later Leibniz introduced and published this branch independently. That is why we say that both these geniuses invented calculus. In class 12, that is plus 2 mathematics, we have 5 chapters in this branch. Chapter 5, Continuity and Differentiability. Next, its application. That is chapter 6, Application of Differentiation. Then its reverse process. That is chapter 7, Integration. Next chapter, its application. Chapter 8, Application of Integration. After that chapter, to check what we studied. Chapter 9, Differential Equations. In plus 1, we have studied left hand limit, right hand limit, and when left hand limit exists and when right hand limit exists and when limit exists. Also, we studied the notation of limits, etc., etc. Limit of a function. Consider the function f of x equal to x square minus 1 by x minus 1, provided x not equal to 1. We calculate the value of f of x. For values of x very near to 1 but not at 1. For at x equal to 1, the function is not defined. When x equal to 0.9, f of x equal to 0.9 whole square minus 1 by 0.9 minus 1 equal to 0.81 minus 1 by 0.9 minus 1 equal to 1.9. That is, when x equal to 0.9, f of x equal to 1.9. When x equal to 0.99, we can calculate f of x equal to 1.99. Also, when x equal to 0.999, f of x equal to 1.999. That is, when x approaches to 1 from left side of 1, that is a value less than 1, that is x increases to 1, the value of f of x approaches to 2. It is important to note that at any time the value of f of x not equal to 2 but increases and tending to 2. This is called left hand limit of f of x at x equal to 1, and we write limit x tends to 1 minus f of x equal to 2. When x equal to 1.1, f of x equal to 2.1. When x equal to 1.01, f of x equal to 2.01. When x equal to 1.001, we can calculate f of x equal to 2.001. That is, when x approaches from right side of 1, that is a value greater than 1, that is x decreases to 1, the value of f of x approaches to 2. As already told, at no time the value of f of x equal to 2, but decreases and tending to 2. This is called right hand limit of f of x at x equal to 1, and we write limit x tends to 1 plus f of x equal to 2. Next, we draw the graph of f of x equal to x square minus 1 by x minus 1, provided x not equal to 1. X-axis, y-axis, marking numbers, graph of f of x. Here we note at x equal to 1, the graph does not exist, or there is a break at point 1, 2. The variable x approaches 1 from left side of 1 and from right side of 1. The value of f of x approaches to 2. Then we can say that the function has a limit 2. That is, limit x tends to 1, f of x equal to 2. That is, the variable x approaches 1 from left side of 1, that is increases to 1, and from right side of 1, that is decreases to 1. The value of f of x approaches to the value 2, and we can write limit x tends to 1, f of x equal to 2. In general, as the variable x approaches a constant a, the value of the function f of x approaches another constant L. We say that the function f of x has a limit L, and we write limit x tends to a, f of x equal to L, or in other words, as x approaches small a, f of x approaches another constant small l. Let f of x equal to set 1 if x not equal to 0, 2 if x equal to 0. This function is defined in such a way that at every point except 0, that is for values less than 0 or for values greater than 0, the value of f of x is 1. That is, left hand limit equal to 1 and right hand limit equal to 1. Moreover, at the point 0 only, the value of f of x is 2. Hence, it is clear that limit x tends to 0, f of x equal to 1. The value of f of x at x equal to 0, that is f of 0 equal to 2. That is, limit value is 1, function value is 2. We draw the graph of f of x. X-axis, y-axis, marking numbers, graph of y equal to 1 or f of x equal to 1. Here it is to be noted that there is a break at the point 0, 1 on the line y equal to 1. in this figure. At x equal to 0, f of x equal to 2. Hence, the graph contains the point 0, 2 also. If this point is changed to 0, 1, we can say that f of x equal to 1 at x equal to 0 also. And we can conclude that limit x tends to 0, f of x equal to 0 equal to 1. In this case, there is no break to the line y equal to 1. If point 02 changes to 01, f of x equal to set 1 if x not equal to 0, 1 if x equal to 0. That is f of x equal to 1 for all values of x. We draw the graph. X-axis, y-axis, marking numbers, graph of new f of x. That is, here the line y equal to 1 has no break at 0, 1. This graph is continuous at point 0, 1 also. Hence, the function is continuous at everywhere. That is, limit value is equal to function value. Hence, a function is continuous at c if limit x tends to c, f of x equal to f of c. A function f is continuous at c if limit x tends to c, f of x equal to f of c. In other words, a function f is said to be continuous at c if, first condition, limit x tends to c minus f of x exists. Second, limit x tends to c plus f of x exists. Third condition, f of c exists. All the above three quantities are same. Then we can say that the function is continuous at x equal to c.